Hello, hello. We have the four of us here, and we just wanted to take a few minutes and share some incredible learnings and also an opportunity that you have to join us leveling up from this free, worthy, collective Facebook group to a more intimate group, more private, more like leveling up. And so Tamara is going to share something really powerful, and then Stacy's going to share on how this significantly has made a difference for her.
Yes, so this week I had a very interesting event that brought to my attention a a need that we all have to keep in mind, a perspective that we have to keep in mind. So my wonderful daughter was at an appointment where she got her and the her counselor were stuck inside the door. The mechanics of the doorknob failed, so that when you turned the knob, the bolt would not retreat back so that you could open the door. And after about 10 minutes of realizing that we were not going to be able to get this door opened, we finally decided to reach out to the professionals who, a locksmith. And what was fascinating was in the hour-long wait to wait for him to arrive, every single person thought that they could help in some way, and every single one of them tried the exact same thing that all of us had previously tried, and every single one of them came to the conclusion of, I really don't understand how locks work. I really don't have any tools to work with. And so they all eventually just said, sorry, can't help you. Hope it works out. And I was like, yep, the professional's on his way. And sure enough, he arrived with all the proper tools, all the understanding and proper know-how of how to deal with this situation. And within I'm going to have to break the lock. I'm going to have to, I'm going to try very hard not to damage the door. And we're like, that's not the bigger issue, but it important it is that in order for us to move forward, to go out into the world and progress, we need to, in order to open that door, we need to have the proper tools and the proper professionals out there who actually do experienced people. And that is kind of what our group represents, is we all have different perspectives, different know-how, and different experiences that brings us to the room, the tools and the know-how to move forward and open the door for not only ourselves, but for each other. So sometimes there's things that I don't know that I need Maggie, Stacy, or Heidi, or Lori. And so that's what we are inviting you into. So
So significant, in recognizing that those tools that we choose to use, and what we started today, because this is our mastermind, and that was making sure that all of us are filling our cups first. Because in order to serve you in the best way possible, we need to make sure that our cup is full, because you cannot pour from an empty cup. And it's so powerful to recognize whether you're a mom, you're not a mom, whether you have a partner, no partner, your roommate, or all the dynamics in your actual household, realizing the responsibility on us is first, and so critical, because if you do have kids, they are watching, and they're watching your example versus what you're saying, more so than ever. I think that that's such a good point, that we, when it comes to those situations where she saw every person show up the same, let me have let me go at it. And their skill level was not to the expert who showed up. So that's powerful. I love it. I can just visually see that whole thing happening, and you're like, hmm. So Stace, how has this mastermind, this support, choosing yourself, investing in you, how has that shown up for you most recently?
Well, I've felt that I could do everything myself because it was just me raising my children alone and had to be that strong armor all the time. And that weakness was showing asking for help. I can do this by myself. I don't need anybody's help. Since I've connected with all of you here, I have it down with all of the tools that I've learned from each of you and have my own confidence out there to know that I'm capable of asking and doing and receiving. So sometimes you just have to know your limits and grow. If that's, if you want to get to that higher level, you have to take tools from others to be able to reach that level that you steps to take. I don't know if that makes sense. You get to a certain step and it's, that next step. Yeah, you got to raise your foot, but you can raise it a certain way on your own. But to have everyone behind you as you're taking those steps just creates so much more power.
So incredible.
So with that said, I stepped out of my comfort zone. I was offered a position and I counter offered. First time I've ever done that in my life because I felt I was worth so much more than what they were offering. And they came back. We met in the middle. I am happy with it. I was worried that they would take some of the initial incentives away because they were giving me more money. And that's not the case. I'm getting even more incentives plus more money. And a year ago, when I took this position here, it was a contract position that was 3 to 6 months. Here I am a year later. I'm almost doubling my income from this time last year. Awesome. With this step that I don't feel I would have been confident enough to even put myself out there. And it was the worthiness, the realization that, hey, I am worthy of this. I do less and I give so much more. Not I do less. I give more and receive less. This is my time to receive what I've been giving out.
So powerful. So
yes.
Absolutely. And it started by you choosing yourself.
Yes.
Because that example to your 5 girls is more, and your surroundings, like that ripple effect around you is super important. And yet it's more important what Lori shared. She had to jump for an appointment this morning. This is super powerful. Your soul is craving your attention. Let me say that again. We all were like, wait, what? Hold on. What was that again? Your soul is craving your attention. So you must serve yourself first. It's so important. We cannot fill from an empty cup. And so why we get so intense here is that we know that feeling when we have put others as the priority. It's so easy to do. It's so easy to do, especially for moms, And so, because I know, because it took me 36 years to have our first. So I can say I had a good amount of time and an experience without that. And then that shift happened and recognizing that all things start with us. So we invite you into this space, whether it's our Facebook group or you're ready to step up to this worthy collective and show up committed to addressing some of the things that can be most helpful for you. We have an accountability group. It's been incredible conversation, people talking about what they're doing for themselves and their own personal goals for the week. And that accountability is powerful. That's why people will say the biggest change you're going to ever make in your health is finding an accountability partner. And we want to be that. Sorry, that bug almost landed in my mouth. Wasn't sure what that was. So we really
nature. Gotta love nature.
And I'm really laughing right now because that is a one-way street. They're all going the wrong way. When I did it the other day, and Lucy's like, Mom, and I was like, oh, I thought I saw somebody else do it. Well, 2 people just did it, but it's okay. but anyway, just those humors of life. So we invite you, join us at any capacity, our Facebook group. We'd love to have you, and even more stepping in. We are closing it out because tomorrow is day 2. Tam is going to teach, and she's bringing the fire. She has all sorts of, she's one of the most incredible teachers, and she has such a way with delivering a message that leaves you really connecting, and like that, what she talked about this morning, and those tools, and recognizing how humorous it was for her to see all these people work at something, but they were not the expert. They were not the person with the tool belt, like literally the tool belt of like, let's try this, let's try this, let's try this, you know? And what did he do? He kept trying different things to figure out the solution. And that's what we need to recognize for ourselves, that sometimes we need a few more, you know, options. We need a few more solutions to the challenges that we're facing. And when you do collaborate in something as our Worthy Collective, you get more resources, you get more options, you get more choices. And then the bravery and the courage, it starts growing. That muscle is growing. You're going to hear from Tracy, who is one of our members, who has been able to make some adjustments and steps in ways that she was procrastinating and not wanting to do. And she stepped in because she knew that we were linking arms together to say, we're here for you. So thank you. Have an awesome day, and we love you, and we want to make sure that you know that there is a place for you. Have a great day.